Íñigo Arista, Arabic Wannaqo, c. 790 to 851 or 852, was a Basque leader, considered the first king of Pamplona. He is thought to have risen to prominence after the defeat of local Frankish partisans in 816, and his rule is usually dated from shortly after the defeat of a Carolingian army in 824. He is first attested by chroniclers as a rebel against the Emirate of Córdoba from 840 until his death a decade later. Remembered as the nation's founder, he would be referred to as early as the 10th century by the nickname Arista, coming either from Basque Arista or Latin Aresta. Origin. The origin of Íñigo Arista is obscure. There is even disagreement regarding the name of his father. A charter preserved at Leyra describes him as Wannaqo, Filius Simeones, and another Leyra document reports the obituary of Wannaqo Garsanes, que fuit vulgarite of Ogas Arista. Many later historians have followed one or the other of these, but the reliability of both are questioned due to the possibility of later corruption of forgery. 11th century chroniclers Ibn Hayyan, who calls him and his brother both Ibn Wannaqo and Al-Udri, indicate that his father was likewise named Íñigo. He is said by Rodrigo Jimenez Terrada to have been Count of Bigorre, or at least to have come from there, but there is no near contemporary evidence of this. It has been speculated that he was kinsman of Garcia Jimenez, who in the late 8th century succeeded his father Jimeno the Strong in resisting Carolingian expansion into Vasconia. A second dynasty of Pamplona monarchs that would supplant his, the Jimena, are usually made to be related to him. The name of Íñigo's mother is unknown, but it is known that she also married local Muwalad Lord Musa ibn Fortune ibn Qasi, by him having son Musa ibn Qasi. This younger Musa would become head of the Banu Qasi, ruler of Tudela and one of the chief lords of Ebro Valley. Due to this relationship, Íñigo and his kin frequently acted in alliance with Musa ibn Musa, and this relationship allowed Íñigo to extend his influence over large territories in the Pyrenean valleys, and was also instrumental in the rebellions that would lead to Pamplona breaking with the Emirate. Rise to power. The family came to power through struggles over Frankish and Cordoban influence in northern Iberia. In 799, pro-Frankish assassins murdered Mutrif ibn Musa, governor of Pamplona, perhaps the brother of Musa ibn Qasi and even of Íñigo himself. Ibn Hayyan reports that in 816, Abd al-Karim ibn Abd al-Wahid ibn Mughit launched a military campaign against the pro-Frankish enemy of God, Velasco the Gascon, Sahib of Pamplona, who had united Christian and pagan factions. They fought a three-day battle in which the pro-Córdoba faction routed their enemies and killed Velasco, along with Garcia Lopez, kinsmen of Alfonso II of Asturias, Sancho, warrior, knight of Pamplona, and pagan warrior, Sultan. This defeat of the pro-Frankish force appears to have allowed the anti-Frankish Íñigo to come to power. In 820, Íñigo is said to have intervened in the county of Aragon, ejecting a Frankish vassal, Count Asnari Galinde, in favor of Garcia el Malo, who would become Íñigo's son-in-law. In 824, a Carolingian force led by Count Iblis and Asna Sanchez made an expedition against Pamplona, but were defeated in the Second Battle of Roncesvalles. Traditionally, this battle is portrayed as resulting in the crowning of Íñigo as King of Pamplona, but there is no direct evidence of his involvement in the battle or his crowning thereafter, and he is referred to by Arabic chroniclers with the same title as given Velasco, Lord of Pamplona. His realm would continually play Muslim and Christian against themselves and each other to maintain independence against the outside powers. Rebellion rebellion and death. In 840 Inigo's lands were attacked by Abdallah ibn Kulayb, Wali of Zaragoza, leading his half-brother, Musa ibn Musa, into rebellion. Inigo's son Garcia acted as regent, in concert with Inigo's warrior brother Fortune Iniguez, who was also half-brother of Musa, and they joined Musa in an uprising against the Emirate of Córdoba. Abd-ar-Rahman II, Emir of Córdoba, launched reprisal campaigns in the succeeding years. In a 843 battle, Fortune Iniguez was killed, and Musa unhorsed and forced to escape on foot, while Inigo and his son Galindo escaped with wounds, and several noblemen, most notably Velasco Garce, defected to Abd-ar-Rahman. The subsequent year, Inigo's own son, Galindo Iniguez, and Musa's son Lub ibn Musa went over to Córdoba, and Musa was forced to submit. Following a brief campaign in 845, a general peace was achieved. In 850, Musa again rose in open rebellion, supported by Pamplona, and envoys of Induo and Micho, dukes of the Navarres, were received at the French court. Inigo died in the Muslim year 237 AH, which is late 851 or early 852, and was succeeded by his son Garcia Iniguez, who was already governing the kingdom during his father's long illness prior to his death. Leyra, major monastery of Navarre. During the lifetime of Inigo, the existence of several monasteries is attested across Navarre. When the Cordovan priest Eulogius had to stay in the area, in a letter written to Wilesan, not only does Eulogius reveal that the Basque leader was a Christicola princeps, but he provides the names of 3 monasteries not far from Pamplona, Saressa, St. Zacharias and Leyra. The iconic monastery of Leyra, founded in the 9th century and claimed later to be founded by the King of Pamplona, was fostered by granting lands and estates to it. A document in the archives of the monastery shows that in 842, Inigo bestowed the town and lands of Yesa on Leyra, although the authenticity of the document recording this grant is disputed. Inigo himself is reported to have been buried in the monastery after his death in 851–852. Lineage and family links. The name of the wife of Inigo is not reported in contemporary records, although sources from centuries later assign her the name of Toda or Wannaqo. There is also scholarly debate regarding her derivation, some hypothesizing that she was daughter of Velasco, Lord of Pamplona, and others making her kinswoman of Asna I Galinde. He was father of the following known children: Asna Iniguez, who married her father's half-brother, Musa ibn Fortune ibn Qasan, Lord of Tudela and Huesca; Garcia Iniguez, regent and then Inigo's successor as king. Galindo Iniguez fled to Córdoba, where he was friend of Eulogio of Córdoba. The Musa ibn Galind, Emil of Huesca in 860, assassinated in 870, was apparently his son. A daughter who married Count Garcia el Malo of Aragon. Historical legacy. The dynasty founded by Inigo reigned for about 80 years, being supplanted by a rival dynasty in 905. However, due to intermarriages, subsequent kings of Navarre descended from Inigo, and some accounts even wrongly showed them to descend from Inigo in the direct male line. He is remembered as the founder of the nation of Navarre.